We need to know is our reporter Angela Chung. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Sanya.
Did you have a good weekend?
I did, yes.
Yes, despite the weather.
Yeah, I just stayed indoor and watched a lot of TV shows.
Yeah, it's kind of humid. Yeah, you don't want to do anything on this kind of day.
Right.
Did you have your samgyetang or whatever 보양식 that you usually have yesterday for the
I
chobok?
actually did.
Yeah, what
yes,
did you
my
have?
mom made the chicken peksuk, like the steamed chicken with the sticky rice inside and a lot of garlic. So yes,
So
mom's cooking is always
I
best.
know. I mean, I think that, I don't know if you heard my opening, but for those people who don't eat 보양식, the number two reason why they don't eat it is because they don't have someone like their mom or a family member to, make sure that they do eat it. So
Right.
it was kind of sad, I found, almost in a way.
Right.
Yeah.
If I didn't have my mom, I probably would be just eating a lot of like cold noodles.
True.
Just the instant release of the heat.
Instant release. Yes, exactly. The only thing is, after that, though, you almost feel the heat even more. For me, I feel that way. So I think there's something to be said for the ERCR. Yeah, but thank you for that link to the eel place. Eel is one of my favorites, too. I think it's also one of our listener favorites as well. 8342 already saying the eel soup, 장어탕. This one helps me endure the hot summer as well. Yummy.
Yes.
Okay. All right. We're going to be talking about food basically all throughout the show. But first, let's get a checkup on the news. Very important change starting today as of midnight. We have gone under level 4, the highest level of social distancing. So give us an outline of what we can expect.
Sure. Starting from midnight of today, social distancing level 4 will last for 2 weeks until July 26. The biggest changes are restrictions on private gatherings. Private gatherings of up to 4 people will be allowed before 6 p.m., but past 6 p.m., private gatherings of up to 2 people will be allowed. Be mindful that only 2 people can gather privately, and if you get caught violating this rule, you'll be fined 100,000 won as a customer, and the business that did not notify this rule beforehand or violate this rule several times, they could be fined up to 3 million won.
This is definitely the most strictest set of social distancing rules that we have had to endure since the pandemic began. Again, only up to 2 people can gather for private gatherings after 6 p.m. Private gatherings, though, that can be a kind of a gray area. What defines or what constitutes as a private gathering?
So private gatherings under level 4 include dining out, hiking, taking a taxi, or having a round of golf outside and so on. To explain in detail, even if you began hiking before 6 p.m., if more than 2 people are on a return journey, it will be considered as a violation. However, team-based sports will not be subject to the restrictions on private gatherings if the manager of the facility acts as a manager in charge of disinfection. So, for example, up to 27 people can gather for a baseball match, considering one baseball team needs 9 players for a match.
That taking a taxi might be confusing to some people. So after 6 p.m., no more than 2 people can catch a cab together. So if you're a group of more than 2 and you're not stopped or a taxi doesn't stop for you, it's not because they're rejecting you. It's probably because of that rule.
Right.
So you'll have to take public transportation. Now, what about gatherings of family members? There used to be kind of exception for lineal family members, right? Are the new restrictions applying to them as well?
Yes, the bans on gatherings will also apply to gatherings of lineal family members. So maximum 4 people before 6 p.m. and only 2 people after 6 p.m. The same rules will be valid for family events such as ancestral rituals, 제사 in Korean. So if you have family events of any kind, even if your relatives come a long way to participate, there must be only 2 people left after 6 p.m. And unfortunately, for weddings and funerals, less than 50 relatives. In other words, up to 49 relatives can participate.
So very, very strict. Again, designed to hopefully discourage people from just moving about in general. But of course, there are exceptions, like families that need to take care of young kids or the elderly, right?
Right. Exceptions will be allowed if family members need help in taking care of young children or elderly members. If you reside in the same house, it's okay if 3 family members dine out together, even if it's after 6 p.m. And if you don't live in the same house, but you have your parents over or have lineal family members or caretakers over to take care of your kids, these cases will be allowed as exceptions.
Now, the new measures, of course, are expected to take a huge toll on many businesses because of the stronger bans and restrictions. What are the new rules for multi-purpose facilities?
So, for multi-purpose facilities, operations will be put to a temporary halt, or their operating hours will decrease. Clubs and bars must suspend their business operations, and restaurants, cafes, movie theaters, private study rooms, and indoor sports facilities must close at 10 p.m. But for indoor sports facilities, different disinfection rules will apply depending on the type of sports or facilities. So for group exercises such as dancing, spinning, and aerobic classes, the speed of music, interestingly, must be consistent at 100 to 120 BPM, and the speed of treadmills at a gym must not exceed 6 kilometers per hour. And of course, you should not use shower at sports facilities.
That music, speed of music, can be very confusing. I think I saw one article, Butter, BTS's Butter is okay, but Psy's Gangnam Style, not okay. That's a little too fast. I don't know. That could be one criteria, I guess. All right. Well, part of the reason why we've seen this spike, they say, could be because of the lull that we had in the nationwide vaccine campaign, but it is resuming today. So tell us more about the details.
The nation's vaccination campaign is going to pick up some speed from today. According to the COVID-19 Vaccination Response Task Force, the vaccination rate was 30.4% as of yesterday, which means over 15.5 million people have received their first dose so far, and 11.4% of the entire population received both doses of COVID-19 vaccination.
So who are the next group of people that are targeted for vaccinations?
So first, for those who scheduled to begin their military service between July and September and have received notice of enlistment from the Military Manpower Administration, they will be the next target. They will get vaccinated with Pfizer, so only those who can get both doses before joining the military can apply for it. And under anonymous vaccination policies of local authorities in Seoul and Gyeonggi Province, people working in private education centers, transport and delivery services will get vaccinated starting from tomorrow. And faculty, staffs, and caretakers for daycare centers, kindergartens, and first and second graders of elementary school will get their vaccine shots from tomorrow as well until this Saturday. Vaccination for people in their 50s will start at the end of this month. So if you are aged between 55 and 59, you can make a reservation from today until 6 p.m. this Saturday, July 17th. And those aged between 60 to 74, if you have missed your chance to book, you can also make this reservation from today through July 17th as well.
Okay. Once again, we hope that everyone gets their shots. It is their turn. Again, with the alarming spread of the Delta variant, vaccines really are the only choice that we have right now. Let's move on to our third and last story. We're talking about summer vacations. This is about the time when a lot of people do start going on their vacations, although I think it's a bit more spread out than previous years. I saw a recent survey where they said I think 6 out of 10 people were planning on going on summer vacation, although I don't know, maybe with the stricter social distancing, they might want to just stay at home. I don't know if they'll be adjusting their plans. What do you have planned for summer vacation? Are you planning on going anywhere?
Yeah, I'm going to all the way south to Namhae next month,
very nice.
just for 2 nights, so not long.
Right.
So I have an interesting survey result that's related to our long-awaited summer vacation that comes along every year.
Please do tell us more then.
So Korea Enterprises Federations conducted a survey on 720 companies with more than 5 employees asking how many vacation days can employees have for this summer's vacation. The survey found this summer people are going to have a vacation for 4 days on average. And this result was similar to that of last year, which was 3.6 days.
I still think that's really, really short, right?
It is
Not
very
even less
short.
than a week. Okay. But that's pretty big sample size, 720 companies. What are some other interesting points that came out from the survey?
So respondents answered differently depending on the size and type of businesses. Companies with more than 300 employees, 46.1%, the largest number, said they're going to take 5 days off for summer vacation. But companies with less than 300 personnel, 49.7% replied they'll take 3 days off. And that's a little longer than just a weekend. And manufacturing companies, 69.3% of them said they were going to have a short but sort of concentrated vacation, whereas non-manufacturing companies, 80.6% responded they're going to have a relatively long vacation, up to a month or to 2 months even.
Ooh, very nice. Okay, so it does vary depending on the size of the company. Well, long or short, I hope everyone gets some rest from their summer vacation and also manages to spend their vacation in a safe way. And that, of course, includes you too, Angela. Thank you very much. Have a great week. We'll see you again on Friday.
Yes, see you on Friday.